Characteristics of children with learning disability. Learning disability. Learning disability is a condition that interferes with the acquisition and use of one or more of the following academic skills: oral language, reading, written language, and mathematics. Common learning disabilities. Dyslexia. A learning disorder that involves difficulty reading due to problems identifying speech, sounds, and learning how they relate to letters and words. Dyscalculia is a math learning disability that impairs an individual's ability to learn number-related concepts, perform accurate math calculations, reasons and problem solve, and perform other basic math skills. Dysgraphia, neurological condition in which someone has difficulty turning their thoughts into written language for their age and ability to think, despite exposure to adequate instruction and education. Common learning disabilities: auditory and visual processing disorder, sensory disabilities in which a person has difficulty understanding language despite normal hearing and vision. Nonverbal learning disabilities is a learning disability that causes difficulty with motor, visual, spatial, and social skills. Children with NVLB are often well-spoken and can write well, but struggle with subtle social cues and comprehension of abstract concepts. Characteristics of children with learning disability. First is the disorder of attention. Attention problems for children with learning disabilities are often characterized as short attention span. A short attention span is defined as an inability to focus on one's attention on a task for more than a few seconds or minutes. Deficits in attention can have a negative impact on learning. They cannot sustain attention for more than a short period of time. They can be easily distracted, and their attention difficulties are often severe enough for them to diagnose as also having ADHD. Next is reading difficulties. Reading difficulties is a complex process that requires numerous skills for its mastery. It is said that 90% of students with learning disabilities have reading difficulties. Faulty auditory perception without hearing impairment. Becoming a skilled reader is so important in our culture that an unskilled reader is at a great disadvantage in school and in workplace. The following that I'm going to say are problems that may prevent a child with learning disabilities from learning to read. Faulty auditory perception without hearing impairment, slow auditory or visual processing, inability to distinguish or separate the sounds of spoken words, lack of knowledge of the purpose of reading, failure to attend to critical aspects of the word, sentence, or paragraph, and failure to understand the letter represent units of speech. These difficulties include but are not limited to oral reading, reading comprehension, word recognition skills, and reading habits. Hand reading difficulties. Hand reading difficulties. Hand reading refers to the actual motor activity that is involved in writing. Most students are taught manuscript initially and then move to cursive writing. The problems that shows the children with learning disabilities are the following: a lack of fine motor coordination, failure to attend the task, inability to perceive and or remember visual images accurate, inadequate handwriting instruction in the classroom. Next is the cognition deficits. Cognition is a broad term covering many different aspects of thinking and problem solving. Students with learning disabilities often exhibit disorganized thinking that results in problems with planning and organizing their lives at home. Students with problem in cognition may share the following characteristics: make poor decisions, have trouble adjusting to change, make frequent errors, require concrete demonstrations, have delayed verbal responses, have difficulties understanding social expectations, require more supervision, have trouble getting started on the task, and having trouble using previously learned information in a new situation. Social emotional problems. The literature suggests that to be socially accepted, students should be cooperate, share, offer pleasant greetings, have positive interactions with peers, and ask and give information, and make conversations. Nonverbal learning disorders, or NLD, is a neurological syndrome consisting of specific assets and deficits. They talk a lot but really say very little. They see the trees but not the forest. Also, the children with learning disability, they focus on details but do not apprehend on the main idea. So, at the conclusion of my report, children with learning disabilities are truly a heterogeneous group. The characteristics exhibited by one child with learning disability may be quite different from another one with a learning disability. As a future educator, is it essential that you understand all of the possible characteristics that may be seen in these children? So, that would be all. Thank you.